My courtesy to the Dean of the Graduate School, my former professors, the experts, panelists, research pedagogues, distinguished guests, my co-researchers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My research proposal is inspired by the interventions done by policymakers to continue education despite the no face-to-face classes. I am determined and thrilled as well to do this research as I will be choosing systematic review and meta-analysis taught to us by Dr. Lim Huko, who is my professor before. The results of the trends in mathematics and science studies have showed that Filipino students have lagged behind in terms of education compared to the students of other countries. However, research has proved that once a student is engaged, he will learn and gradually raise his academic achievement. However, student engagement has been one of the toughest challenges experienced by teachers and parents. How can we able to maintain a student's attention in a span of time learning a concept? First of all, we need to understand that the generations that we are dealing today, whom Mark Prensky called the digital natives, are born in the onset of the global technology boom. These learners virtually spend 80 to 90% of their time using one technology or the other. Hence, they think and process information fundamentally different from their predecessors. This simply implies that education in this century must be served with a variety of media-rich and interactive experiences and should compete for students' attention. Digital game-based learning and serious games are games that focus primarily on education rather than entertainment. It offers a combination of academic content and learning activities into entertainment contexts that maintains the balance between fun and learning. According to my reviews, digital game-based learning improves conceptual, procedural, and declarative knowledge. It has also the potential to significantly increase student motivation. It raises engagement levels by helping students to make sense of their worlds. It improves learning outcomes, promotes higher order thinking skills, and provides a scaffold to increase student learning. However, there are many criticisms surrounding the use of digital games. The studies of Borgonhon have pointed out that regardless of the fact that teachers are more consenting to incorporate games to teaching, schools have been slow in the adoption of digital game-based learning as a component to the curriculum. Some criticisms includes that there is a deep-seated fear that if students are playing or being entertained, they are not learning. And second, digital game-based learning can dilute learning discipline and teaches students that learning does not require perseverance, critical thinking, semiotic connection, and collaborative peer learning. Considering the fact that the reputation of digital game-based learning is highly debated in the academic context, and only a few methodological review and systematic reviews have been done in the educational research. Hence, there is a need to carry out a systematic review and meta-analysis relating this content. I also found out that there is a dearth of data about digital game-based learning conducted in the Philippines. Systematic review is a process of setting a question, coming up with the inclusion or exclusion criteria based on your participants, intervention, comparator, and outcome, finding the literature, selecting and critically appraising the literature, and synthesizing it. So, why meta-analysis? When you look at these studies may potentially report differing effects of the treatment. For example, if one study have pointed out that the effect of DGBL has 10% and another has 40%, and another might say that it has 80% to student learning. As a reviewer, I would think that which one should I take? In a meta-analysis, I will bring all those effects together, and the meta-analysis will give me the summarized effect from across all those different studies. Another reason is that it could potentially be useful in each those studies by itself may have a very small sample sizes. And we know that if a study has a very small sample sizes, the believability of those results may potentially be questionable. Therefore, by synthesizing the findings from multiple studies and looking those studies as a whole, I am addressing the issue of small sample size. So meta-analysis can be quite useful. Systematic reviews represents the strongest forms of evidence. Furthermore, by conducting this SRMA in digital game-based learning, this will be a precondition for tailored instruction. I also anticipated that the entire research process can be useful in the creation of instructional policies and evidence-based implementation plan to incorporate digital game-based learning in the curriculum design for the new normal instruction and in the future instructional approach. So my problem statement would be, is there a significant change in the achievement of students when exposed in digital game-based learning versus those who are taught using the conventional method of instruction used? The study will be conducted at the UIC Library Hub, at the school, at the workplace, at the internet cafes, and wherever place where internet is accessible. My two variables are the teaching strategies, which made up my independent variable, and my dependent variable will be academic achievement. There would be no human participants in this study, since this dissertation will only aim to provide a synthesis of several studies regarding the significant difference in academic achievement between students taught using DGBL and those students taught using the traditional method. Thank you.